Okay, this is gonna be a very brief video for the model car forums. I want to talk a little bit about this kit, and I'm not going to spend too much time because it's dark in here. But this morning, I spent quite a bit of time putting this undercarriage together. As you can see, the holidays on these things here. I tried to use the airbrush, and the ratios weren't right. It said it's supposed to be consistency of milk, and apparently it wasn't milky enough. So, and these things weren't flush against that thing. So there were some issues with that. But overall, I'm very happy with the results. But some parts could not be fit because I didn't measure correctly. Test fit twice, glue. So this little bracket couldn't go on there. Use shaker cans for most of this. These yellow parts were the first, no, not the second things I've airbrushed, and they did not turn out well at all. But for a first time, I'm not too complain too much about that. Those red things on there were airbrushed, but used the wrong type of thinner. They're still tacky, even after several days of drying. Next thing on the agenda is the trouble with masking. I need to learn how to mask correctly. The inside of here was a mess because once I took the tape off, holidays appeared. The masking fluid had its limitations and couldn't get it off in some areas. So I got to learn how to use that correctly. The paint is a little thicker than I want it, but it is what it is. But see how thick that paint is in there? Just how thick it is. You can almost see the thickness. And then that holiday right there was from masking wrong. So the little bit of masking tape that went over that, the one little area, caused that. There's no green on that, so I don't know how I'm going to patch that. Otherwise, it looks okay. It's not. It's far from perfect. It is not, something that, show worthy, but something I can say, hey, this is my first jab at something. Apparently, there are decals that go in there, but I got to learn how to use this application cement. So there's a lot of things for me to learn. Oh yeah, one more thing with the hood. Both hoods got destroyed. I got to learn how to put it on the adhesive before spray painting it. What happened is that I was trying to get the side of the lip on the side of the hood so it'll be consistent all the way around as much as I could anyway. And it lifted from the small surface I was working on, which means I need to get a better surface. It flipped over, fell paint side down on a dirty floor and got dirt in it. And I'm not sure if I can use thinner to strip the paint and start over again, or if I have to buy another kit. The other one, I tried putting some flat paint on the underside of it, so it looks like a car, like most cars have like a black surface underneath it. Not all do, but anyway, I wanted to put like that fuzz on it, so make it look like there's like the insulation on some of the hoods, and unfortunately, the black went through the little teeny open vents on the top that went through the hood, and some of the black paint went through it and on top of the green paint. And I thought I could like wipe it off with a little cleaner and like 409 or something. And the 409 took off not only the black paint but the green paint, and there's a big smear on it. So both got destroyed, and I'm gonna probably see if I can find a way to use paint thinner and strip all the paint off and prime it and spray paint it again. I'm not sure how that's going to work. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to get another kit, which is fine because there's some things I need to redo anyway. If I can redo this body from all the lessons I learned before, that might be good. But I'm not gonna go too crazy with that right now until I get at least this undercarriage done and at least get that part, because usually, well, the top part is the next huge step in the process. So I'm just going to go ahead and just work on whatever I have on here. My paint skill is not great. You can see the really poor paint job this has. You can see all the excess paint on that. It should have never looked like that because I put it on way too thick. So I'm just gonna, I rationalize myself that that's character, but it's not. It's my poor skill and impatience. This is one thing I'm learning about model building is patience. It takes a very long time to get things right and looking good. So it's teaching me patience. So I look forward to your responses and your critiques and your flaming and your laughter. I'll probably laugh at it 5 kits down. Look at my first project and say, oh my God, why did I do that? Or how did I think that was good? But I'm very aware of the flaws on this piece here, and I'm learning a lot. Learning everything from decals to airbrushing to all kinds of stuff. So I'm not sure how I'm going to clean out that airbrush from the very thick paint. But I'm going to have to sit down and learn all the different ratios and stuff. So, oh, and finally the clear part cement came in. So that's a plus. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this video and just want to tell you guys the progress this is making, which is very good in some areas, and some areas are very, very tough. So this chassis, the undercarriage is going fairly smoothly, other than the few issues. And some parts I could not fit. Like way under here was a hose, but I fit these other parts before putting the hose in. So it was impossible to get the hose in there. And then that little bracket. And I'm sure that there was a reason for this bracket. There's 2 brackets here, and I'm not sure if that's part of the original car or if that's just something that something the model wise. I'm not sure exactly how that is, but yeah, all in all, I'm fairly happy with the results. It's better than anything I've ever done before in my life. I did one as a child, and of course that was a disaster. And this had several disasters down the road. Some parts are harder than others. Fitting that drive shaft to this, I had to do both of these at the same time to fit them correctly. But this is keyed to where you don't mess up, which is very nice on this model. Some parts are keyed, so there's no way you can mess it up, which is very, very nice, especially for a newbie like me. And I shouldn't have started at a level 5. I was suggested that I started with a snap tight kit and then learn all the other stuff like the painting and stuff, and not worry about glue and stuff. But I learned a lot with the glue. I'm extremely happy with this glue here. Although it's very, very runny, it goes in the crevices like a champ. It goes into the creases and stuff, and leaves no globs of goo. And this is kind of funny coming from a guy who has a lot of gobs of glue of paint everywhere, and worried about the cement. But live and learn, right? So anyway, just thought I'd give a little update on this and put this on the forum. So again, I look forward to your comments on there, and maybe perhaps you can answer some of my questions that I have about this. And yeah, the masking is going to be the biggest challenge. Is what's the best way to mask and get good results? And oh yeah, and I shouldn't use a Coke can to hold a body part, because this part did not fit on the Coke can correctly, so I'm gonna have to get a stand for painting. But one side of this had a chip on it. You can still see the chip on the side right here. So because it this part bowed out. Yeah, that part bowed out, and then on the seam where it bowed out, paint chipped off. And I tried covering up the best I can, but it's still obvious. Another lesson learned. So there's a lot of lessons here. I can go on for hours about it, but I really wanted to try that powder, so I can get that little fuzzy look on there. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so I can't get ahead of myself on this. But anyway, this camera's going all over the place, and I'm sorry. This is just very, 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 very quick, and I'll let you guys go.